Well, one of the reasons that I picked this particular saw jet is that it is backed by a company the size of Kuka, where they're one of the largest companies in robotics in the world. And knowing that that was part of this machine really made me feel comfortable.
Right now, our unit is sitting at 26 feet with dual table. That's unheard of. It's a little bigger than a single table manual saw. Our manual saw is 21 feet wide, and the robot is 26 feet wide, only 5 feet wider than its single table. So, I mean, that's just, when you think about it, it's crazy.
The Baca system was certainly the best machine that we found because we basically removed the bridge saw, and in that one space, we installed a robot, a dual table saw jet with production capacity 2, 3, 4 times higher than a bridge saw. We run 2 KMT pumps and then the H2O in a new system. Obviously, at first I thought, hey, maybe we should stick to KMT. We know the pumps, but getting the H2O, what we found is not only it's an easy system to maintain, but also the cost. It's a lot less money to maintain it. The consumables are cheaper. Certainly it affects the bottom line as well.
From the CEO down, you can ask all your questions and get very clear pictures of what's going to happen and how it's going to happen and what it's going to do for your business.
We've put the Baca in about 4 weeks ago. It's an amazing transition. Our output is up more than double.
Very interesting watching it run side by side with a competitive machine that we are also considering purchasing that looks pretty weak now.
The user interface on the robot is just amazing. You tell it to do something, it's a very, very complicated move, but it does it so well. That tells me that there's so much research that's going into that robot that it just blows me away, how precise it is, and it can do complicated things easily.
It really has exceptional nesting ability on the screen to be able to vein match and worry about yield at the same time has been a real help. In the past on other saws, you're worried about one or the other. And this gives you the ability to really combine the two for a better look and yield at the same time.
Training was very simple. I mean, anybody can learn it in 1 or 2 days. That's how simple the training was. We could teach this thing to anybody in our shop in 2 days. That's how simple the user interface is. With the manual saw, you have to train somebody for at least 2 to 3 months to really get going, not with the robot. In a week, they could be cutting.
The programming for running the machine on the Baca is so much simpler than the Northwood. You can get anyone with no experience in a couple hours, teach them the different tricks and features on how to operate the interface, and it's so much simpler than the Northwood. Northwood would take you a couple weeks just to learn the programming and the setup to run production, and on the Baca is just a lot simpler.
The support that we got, to me, is second to none. It is immediate. It's not, we'll get back with you later on today. Every time we've had any questions, we've made a phone call. Automatically, someone will log on to our system. Wherever they're at, they can do it from their iPad. They can do it if they're in the office. They'll log on to our system and walk us through, and we work it out together.
It became really obvious that Baca was the choice for us when you talk to their technicians and they know everything about their robot. You have a question and they answer it. They're even answering questions before you ask them, right? They're educating you on the entire process and the product itself.
Two tables, while the robot is working on the other side, you're prepping the job for the other table. You're unloading it, you're loading the slab, the robot is programmed, and you can just move on to the next table.
With the Northwood, you have this big machine with a very small work envelope. As you get to the center near the robot, you have lots of restrictions. For example, if you wanted to cut a backsplash near the robot on the edge of the tank, On the Northwood, it would take a minimum of 10 cuts to cut this backsplash. Cutting the same backsplash on the Baca would only take 4 cuts.
Prior to choosing the Baca Sawjet, we looked at the Northwood robot. I also went to Europe and looked at some of their machines that they have over there at the Verona Fair, and just kept coming back to Baca Systems. Their customer service is impeccable. They're there when we need them. All around good company.
I can't say enough about how, you know, I've bought many machines over the years in this industry, and the training has always been dismal. And a lot of the downtime that you get after you purchase a big machine like this is based on operator error. And the ability to get the kind of level of training that we received with Baca really has helped us, you know, not even second guess our purchase here. Well, one of the benefits I've seen of this system is the fact that it has a dual table. And you don't have to watch a person stand there and run a machine while he's waiting for it to finish. He can actively be working on the second bed to lay it up and set it up while one is running. So for efficiency factor, it's an amazing increase over just a single bed. And you know, I wouldn't even consider buying one without a double bed.
We actually saw Baca in production, and the rate that this machine was cutting was unbelievable. The only thing we ever had to compare it to was our Northwood, or compare any robot for that matter. So we thought that robots were supposed to go this slow. And then when we saw a Baca running, we knew that we had to switch gears and get that Baca.
So our mistakes have went way down, our recuts have went way down, the time it takes to cut has went way down, our material yield has grown, our wastes went down, our remnants have went down. It's just tremendous. On the robot, you can actually cut the sink out, you can cut radiuses out, you can do inside and outside radiuses, you can do arches. So now you can do all of that cutting in 20 minutes. 25 minutes as opposed to 2 to 3 hours.
The yields that we're getting out of jobs are much better. It has improved by at least 5 to 10% on especially quartz. We're able to nest this a lot better than on a bridge saw. And obviously, just having that one robot sitting between 2 steel boxes is the greatest thing. There's no moving parts around that box, you know, with the overflow of the water.
Sawjet technology is definitely the future in our industry. We, you know, unfortunately purchased another brand in our New Hampshire facility, and the first 3 months that we had it, it was down 21 days. And so I was completely dissatisfied with that one. And so as we opened our Portland, Maine facility just a month ago here, it was automatic that I was going to get this machine. If somebody wanted my advice on this machine, I would truly say it was a phenomenal experience from installation and training standpoint. Having so many different CNCs over the years and different saws and trainings on those machines for my workers, you know, I really found that what they did was exceptional.
So in the last 6 months since we've had it, the things that we've done as far as maintenance goes, we've cleaned it. So that's about it. We've changed the saw blade, and I think we've changed one water jet tip, and that's it. There is no maintenance on it. As far as daily, you just turn it on and you program it, and it works all day.
Maintenance on the RoboSawjet is nothing. We have not done any maintenance on it. We had no downtime. The traditional gantry-style sawjet, we have had issues with maintenance where very expensive parts and very difficult parts have been replaced, creating lots of downtime, creating no jobs being cut, while the RoboSawjet just cuts and keeps cutting.
The maintenance, there are no maintenance issues. You know, there's just a robot sitting in the middle of 2 steel boxes. We've owned 2 robots for the past 6 years, and the machines have never been down one day.
The initial cost is really the only thing you're going to have to spend. You won't be buying parts, having downtime, having that extra expense. This thing is, it's just a beast. It's just a beast.
I could never imagine me or my company do without the RoboSawJet.
The Baca Systems for us was a game changer. It allowed us to take on more work, faster production, better quality, less expenses in payroll and fabrication. It was just a game changer all around.
Installation process was very smooth from the beginning to the end. We had a great partnership with Doug, who was the gentleman who came out to do the footprint, do the layout, and show us exactly what would work best for our suited needs. Up to Carl, the installation technician. He did a fantastic job again, making adjustments, making suggestions that would, again, better suit our needs for the future.
They had the majority of it put together in the first day. The second day they came back, finished everything up, started the calibrations, and we were running tests by the third day.
The Baca Systems difference to me is being treated like family. I know that anytime I call, I will get a swift and fast answer that will keep us back into production. And those were all factors that really brought us to the final decision to make the purchase and bring it over.
In the countertop business and in this industry, one of the worst things that you can do is promise something to a client and not be able to deliver. There goes your reputation, there goes your word. And if you were in a situation where you are wanting to increase production, if you're wanting to increase quality and have great customer service in the process, then you really got to call Baca. You need to pick up the phone and call Baca like right now.